Salutations, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. B back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3, and we have ourselves a high-level German mirror today, which makes me really excited because Germany, I don't know if it's like the Mexico-USA meta with all the outlaws, or maybe it's all of the Botto spamming, or maybe even the resurgence of some of the African civs, but Germany has kind of been put in the back seat and told to shut up and drink their Slurpee. So seeing Germany from two very competent players is going to be fun for me because Germany still incredibly powerful. I don't know if they're S tier anymore like they were in the ESOC patch, but certainly A tier. I wouldn't put them any lower than A. I mean, their core mechanics are still very strong. Settler wagons, Uhlans, their H3 shipments are still ridiculous for their value. So can't sleep on Germany, even though they are in a bit of a lull when it comes to their popularity right now. But we'll have to see. They also have a lot more diversity than they had in vanilla, right? So you don't just see Cav semi-FF. You also see, you see a lot more Merc play than in vanilla. And you also see a lot more Age 2 laming with like crossbow pike or maybe even tower rushes. But right now we do have contention over a 40 wood treasure. And is it going to be surrendered? This poor bear's on 90 HP, and he's like, oh God, thank you, somebody not shooting me. And then he just miraculously heals. I don't know what that is with Guardians. I can't explain it in the world of Age of Empires 3, why a brown bear just suddenly recovers from 6 or 7 musket wounds and then dies instantly to a slightly different musket shot. I don't know, okay? Somebody, developers, World's Edge, I know you don't watch my videos, but somebody explain it to me, please. Meanwhile, I'll introduce the players in the south of the map playing in the color blue. As the Germans, of course, we have I'm Gonna Tweak, which is a fantastic username, and his hunting has also been fantastic. Look at that herding. Look at how many elk he has in that box. That is beautiful. And going with the market and house start, which is the typical German opening, just with their slower XP curve. Going with the starting trading post has really fallen out of favor, but it's just not quite as valuable as you see with maybe a France or an Otto or, a Portugal. So the market start has become the default. Meanwhile, his opponent in the north of the map, also going with the same start, is Le Inquisiteur in the color red. And both players not quite ready for their first shipments, unless they've already been sent. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm a little bit behind in the shipment progression, but ooh, look at this deck, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we have some potential Merc play here, folks. We have 10 infinite crossbows. I don't think I've ever seen that card in a ranked game. And then it's also paired with the Scharnhorst Reform, so maybe he wants to spam out a bunch of crossbows and then turn them into Landwehrs, which would actually be incredibly strong if he got 3 or 4 of these shipments out and then got it changed. It'd kind of be like a German version of the Surovov reforms from Russia, but I don't think we'll be seeing that. That would just take so long to pay off. And I mean, if your opponent is sending 9 Uhlans and 8 skirms instead, it's going to feel really impotent when your 10 crossbows just get murdered. But aging up now with the Quartermaster. Meanwhile, let's take a look at I'm Gonna Tweak's deck. Oh, even more Mercenary heavy. Are we going to get Merc Wars? Oh, let's go. Let's go for a German Merc War. I got my fingers crossed. He has all of the ingredients to improve Mercenaries again. He has Palatine settlements, which will help with his population. And he's got the MVP of cards, Advanced Artillery. My favorite card in the game. God, that one mortar in AH3. You'd be surprised how many games that can win you. But both players going for the TP in the transition. Very, very standard, though. I'm going to Tweak getting his up a little bit faster and getting aged up a little bit faster as well. And how many villagers does he have currently? He does have 5 settler wagons and 5 normal villagers. And Le Inquisiteur going for 1 extra villager, it looks like, for his age up. And both sending 3 settler wagons as their first card. There's no way you can't send 3 settler wagons. I feel like if you don't send 3 settler wagons as Germany, you're kind of just surrendering the game right away. I mean, it's 6 villagers at the 5-minute mark. How do you not take that deal? And Tweak is going for the opening church. He's going for a house. And then what is he going to go with? Is he going to go 700 coin into Palatine settlements, or maybe 700 wood, 700 coin Palatine settlements? He's got to be sending this at some point. You don't see this in a deck and then see it not get sent. Unless he gets like really early pressure. And 2 Ulans are now out. More, oh no, that's not a house, that's a tavern. Okay, Merc play confirmed for one side, and Merc play confirmed for the other side. Yes, baby. We are going to be seeing a Merc war, ladies and gentlemen. 2 Ulans for each side now out on the map, but I don't know. Oh, okay, look at this. Le Inquisitor, he's going for the Age 2 Merc play with the Cossack Daredevils, who are basically just, you know, your standard hand cav, but they have that powerful charge attack. And 165 HP compared to 190 for the Ulan. Slightly worse range resist. Little bit better hand attack, I suppose. No. They have worse hand attack. Okay, so it must be when they're in the charge mode that they get that super big buff. But 5 Cossack Daredevils. When do you see these guys on the map? Freaking Cossack Daredevils. And he's making more of them. Meanwhile, what else has he sent so far? 700 wood coming out, bunch of houses going down. Now, the one thing that worries me about Inquisitor is that he doesn't have Palatine settlements, so getting out the population is going to cost him a lot. I mean, he already is up to 67, and he's only got, I mean, it's a modest batch of cav, but God, that's so much population. Meanwhile, Tweak, he's not going for anything in Age 2, but he is very close to hitting the Age 3 button. And it's about to come in any second now. He sent the what did he send? He sent Palatine settlements right away. He didn't send 700 wood or 700 coin? I don't know about that. That feels not great. And look at this, oh, brilliant maneuver by this one Ulan. Gonna snare all of these other cav. And 5 blue Ulan going down for an astounding value for the red player. And here's why the Palatine settlements early just doesn't make any sense, is because he doesn't need it. He's at 27 population and he has a 130 cap. He doesn't need that extra 93 population. Right now he needs wood, he needs coin, he needs units, right? Like it almost would have been better if he had gotten up to Age 3 even earlier with the 700 coin, or gotten more infrastructure down with the 700 wood, rather than going for the Palatine settlements early. Because then you could send it as like your second shipment in Age 2, and it would still have the same effect, but you would have gotten those extra resources. Minutemen now being called out, so the Daredevils are going to be driven off, but a lot of bell time for the blue villagers, and of course those 5 cav going down for basically nothing. So, really nice job by Le Inquisitor. And, ooh, almost lost a Vil here. Come on, get back, little buddy. Get back to your home. Go. Okay, he's going to make it, folks. The Minutemen, they are going to put their lives on the line for that poor villager. And the Cossack Daredevils coming back in for another round. But the bright side of this is that Tweak is now in Age 3. And I guess part of it is he also has 700 coin if he wants to use that for Merc production. So maybe that's also a trade-off. But, oh, Inquisitor picks off a Settler Wagon. Oh, so good. He must have weakened that earlier because he killed that thing really quickly. But a Settler Wagon going down in a German mirror, that can be crippling at the highest levels of play. And meanwhile, Le Inquisitor, he's ooh, nice smart move here, okay? I feel like I'm saying ooh a lot just because I don't know why. Whenever I see something new, it's like my gut response. But I shall try not to overwoo all of you. But I like what he's doing here, going for that second coin mine. He's going to he's going to mine that one dry and then go back to his original, more defensive coin mine. I think that's a smart move. Now, you do lose a little bit of walking time, but in the mid game where you're going to be seeing more military pressure, it does tend to work out in your favor. Getting out some Jaegers as well. These guys look like they're trained. They are not from the shipment. And what has Inquisitor sent since? He got the 700 wood and the 700 coin out and has already sent improved mercenaries. Now, that's not going to pay off until really he gets a bigger mass. But if he is able to engage Tweak with that improvement, without just being massively outnumbered, it will go quite well for him. But Tweak now sending the Hessian Jaegers, so he's going to get 12 of those. He is going to beat Inquisitor in terms of ranged infantry, and because he's getting out a few Manchus, he is going to basically nullify all of this melee cav. I mean, I'm telling you, Manchus decimate cavalry. If we take a look at their stats, I mean, they've got a 27 ranged attack. They have a 2.5 multiplier times heavy cav, and they will just mulch Ulans, who are already kind of a glass cannon as it is. So, more Jaegers coming out here from Inquisitor. Coin mines are being eaten up so quickly. I think this map has 10 of them. And we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coin mines left. No, excuse me, just 8. Because that one has been eaten through as well. So if this is a silver mine, about 2,000 coin, that's only 16,000 coin. Which I know that sounds like a lot, but I mean, when you're making 150, 200, 300 coin mercenaries, that's going to run out very, very quickly. And of course, German Merc Wars, the person to run out of coin loses. Like, it doesn't matter how many villagers you have. It doesn't matter how much infrastructure you get up. If you run out of coin, you're done. Because you've invested so much into the mercs. You've sent the improvements, you've sent the Palatine settlements, that once you lose the war for the mines, there's really just not a lot you can do to recover. I mean, what are you going to do? Make crossbows? Like, there's just not much that can be done. You're not going to be able to get up estates because your wood income is going to be pretty poor. And so maybe, I mean, you can use the trade line, but again, that's a slow return. And speaking of returns, Inquisitor's going to get a nice catch here of Tweak's Explorer, but Tweak, in contrast, is now going to know the position of red, and this would go pretty well in Tweak's favor. Oh no, right into the Manchu! And okay, he's going to get away there, only losing 1 or 2 Ulan. If he had stayed and fight, those Manchu, they would have gone with those Ulans. So good job by Inquisitor getting out at that time. I wonder if Tweak should have pursued that, honestly. I don't really know why he's pulling back. I guess he wants to protect these villagers. Oh man, another coin mine is gone already. And with this many villagers, like, I mean, if you think about it, 13 vills and 7 settler wagons, they'll take like what, maybe 2 minutes to eat through an entire mine of 2,000 coin. So you're just going to be constantly moving, and every time you move your villagers, they're going to get more and more exposed. But now we're seeing an engagement. It is Manchu versus Black Riders, and the Jaegers are going to be trading off. Not a great engagement there for the Ulans. They basically sacrificed themselves to keep Inquisitor at bay, but Inquisitor is still going to get away. Looks like the Jaeger number is slightly in Tweak's favor, and the Black Riders, I always think Black Riders are slightly better than Manchu, just because of the kiting ability that they have. Though, I don't know, maybe Manchu are better. 600 HP versus 460. 31 ranged attack versus... Okay, so Tweak must have improved mercenaries, because that was just 27. Villager going down there, and this is where it's going to get really risky now for Tweak, because now Inquisitor knows where his main source of coin in it is, and as long as he has units, he is not going to stop pressuring this mine, because he knows the longer I can keep my opponent off of gold... Oh my god, 2 villagers going down there. Jaegers are just brutal. The longer I can keep my opponent off coin, that's 1 more batch, maybe even 2 more batches of mercenaries that I get out. And in this sort of engagement, 1 batch of mercenaries can decide the entire fight. So Tweak now sending 9 Ulans. He just doesn't have the coin to get out anything else. I almost wonder, would it have been better for him to trade food and maybe sent like 13 Pandors? Because 13 Pandors right now would be fantastic. Inquisitor would have really no great answer. And so now losing more units here. Oh man, now in come the Ulans and the Manchu. These Ulans don't have veterancy upgrades. And so they're going to go down so quickly to the Black Riders. And even the Jaeger is going to put down a fair amount of damage. And look at how quickly those 9 Ulans just get mulched. Now they have bought time for the Manchu and the Jaegers to get involved, but the Black Riders doing so well still in the back, and the Jaegers still, oh god, they're so tanky. They have 40% range resist, and that is going to be a win for Tweak, but I mean, the price he paid for that, oh my god, 12 reinforcing Jaegers coming in, and this might be the death nail. And again, why is he able to get out these mercs where Tweak cannot, it's because he had that like 20, 30 seconds where Tweak was not gathering coin and he was. And it really just, it only takes that sort of short moment. And now that mine is already eaten up. We look like we're gonna see a Vil pull here, which, I mean, against Jaegers is not gonna be that effective because they will just absolutely obliterate villagers. But yeah, I mean, the Manchu aren't being effective. The Jaegers are now outnumbered, and that's going to be the game. Tweak calling it there. But man, this is why I love Merc Wars, ladies and gentlemen. They balance on a knife's edge. Just one move, one wrong allocation of villagers, one moment of not being able to defend your coin mine, and it can be all over. Now, what do I think Tweak should have done? I think Tweak should have sold some of that 600 food, and I think he should have sent 13 Pandors, or even like 9 Black Riders. Sending 9 unupgraded Ulan basically did nothing. I don't think 7 Bosniaks would have been that much better, but 13 Pandors, I mean, that would have crushed these Jaegers that Inquisitor got out, and there would have been nothing to threaten them, right? Because what are Black Riders going to do? And even if a few Ulan get out, you still got enough Manchu to defend it. So I really think just that one lapse, not selling off that food, that was a bit of a critical error for Tweak, but still well applied by Inquisitor. He realized that these games are all about map control, and he took it. He secured the coin mine, and it's over from there. But guys, let's take a look at this game in just a little bit more detail. Follow me to the post game. All right, guys, this post game is going to be short and sweet because I've already given a lot of my thoughts. We see a small resource advantage for red, though critically, quite a bit of that was coin, which in a Merc War is a big advantage. And when we go to the military as well, again, just a few units ahead, but these are mercs. They're very high value for their population. So again, more substantial than you might think. And when we go to the timeline, I mean, the military units were very even. It's just the reinforcement batches for Inquisitor were quite high. And I really do think it all comes down to their card choice in H2. I mean, going for Palatine settlements is good, but going for it ahead of 700 wood and 700 coin, it just feels a bit premature to me, if I'm being honest. And then the early Cossacks was a really, really cool adaptation by Inquisitor, and I think it threw Tweak off, and Inquisitor never gave up that aggressor position, which I think allowed him to pressure the coin mines and draw that game to a very conclusive and very quick end. But I hope you guys enjoyed this German Merc War. It just shows you that, you know, with all these DE civs and the outlaw builds, I mean, these vanilla civs, these European civs, they still got a lot to offer. They're still very strong in the meta, so there's really not all that much to worry about. But I'll be back with another match in a couple of days. Until then, have a great day, have a great life. See you later.